Welcome, everybody. Thanks for being here today. Happy Saturday. So we have been moving the last couple of weeks through the yamas, which is the first limb of Patanjali's 8-limb path. So these are things that we try to avoid, restraints that we start to move through in our own life so that we can live a purer, cleaner life. So today we talk about Asteya, which is non-stealing. Let's go ahead and find a comfortable seat. I'll be using 2 blocks and a blanket today. Our peak posture, just so that you have an idea of where we're headed, is going to be half moon with a Chapasana grip. So a pretty big expression, just knowing that when we get there, if it's not serving you today, don't take it. Don't force anything. Yeah, let's find a comfortable seat. So whether that's on your block or on your blanket or just simply on your mat. Taking your hands, placing them gently on your thighs, and then take a moment just to eyes to close. I feel like the transition from everything we were doing prior to arriving to this space is so important. We start to feel the breath. We create synchronization in the body, the mind, and the breath together as one. And this really is our yoga. If we did nothing else but sit here and link the body, mind, and breath, it would serve us beyond measure. Asteya, non-stealing. If we quote the scriptures or we quote the sutras, it says, "To one established in non-stealing, all wealth comes." So really today our focus is on embracing the space of abundance. It's through action, through thought, and through speech. We think of non-stealing and we just think of like going to a store and taking what we want, or being somewhere that we're just like, I want that, I'm going to take it. It's a little bit more than that. If we put it into the context of a yoga class, Asteya also means arriving to class on time. You know, we don't steal the instructors or the other students' time. And it's also me when I can end class on time, which can be a challenge for an instructor, but it's on the subtlest level, it's just things like that, that we are honoring everyone else. It's a level of respect. So I ask you here as we sit, how does Asteya present itself in your life? And maybe we move back to the yama from last week where it's truthfulness. How honest can we begin to get with ourselves? These hard questions force us to begin to see what really is there. Let's take the awareness to the breath. Let the belly be soft. Allow the stiff bones to be rooted, heavy to the earth. And then just create this nice long spine up through the back body to the very tip of the head. No rapid breath yet. Just slowly begin to move the breath from the belly to every space of the body. So Gandhi says, mankind's greed and craving for artificial needs are also a form of stealing. As you can see, these lessons have multiple layers. Desire is from the ego. It's want, and it is the cause for stealing. We don't think we have enough in this moment. We think that we need more to make ourselves complete. When in fact, you are whole right now. It is the ego that tells us that we are not. So I invite you to put your ego in the back seat and to realize your abundance and true potential. Let's move the breath together. So send everything out. And as you do this, you feel just a gentle rounding of the spine, even a chin towards the chest. That's sort of a Jaladhara Bandha, that throat lock that comes in when we exhale the air completely. And then through the sit bones, breathe in, fill up belly, lungs, upper chest, all the way to the crown of the head. And now you can feel the heart lift and the throat open because you're expanding from the inside out. Now open, audible exhale, let it go. Again, we feel the rounding. Twice more like that. Big full breath in, belly, lungs, upper chest, all the way to the tip of the head. Big breath out, let it go. Once more, friends. Biggest breath you've taken all day. Hold it at the top, take in that last sip of the air. And then a slow breath out. This time we're going to hold it out. Holding it out for 3, chin to chest, for 2, and 1. Now seal the lips and slow breathe in through the nose. And out through the nose. So notice how the body participates in the breath, the whole body. I'd like you to try to keep that as much as you can through the next 60 minutes. It's not often that we have someone to cue our breath for us. We move back into the shallow automatic breathing most of the time, probably 23 hours of the day. So take advantage of this full body breathing throughout class. And as always, friends, please be mindful of what your mind and body are telling you. If it's not serving you to do any of the postures, take what you need. This is not a competition, not with yourself, not with me, not with anybody else that's taking the class. This is about you listening to your body. Slowly drop the chin towards the chest. And begin to open up the eyes. And take yourself into child's pose. If you're just joining us, I'm using 2 blocks and a blanket for class today. And in your child's pose, take your big toes to touch. Draw the knees wide. Now extend the arms forward. And then just for a moment, as you breathe, you're really working on the heart space here. So with your inhale, you feel the back of the heart rise. With the exhale, you soften the front of the heart down. So there's always this movement in the body as we breathe. It might be subtle, it might be big. And then slowly begin to lift yourself up to tabletop. And then just slowly take the shoulders and make sure they're above the wrists, spreading your fingertips really wide. And then walk the knees back beneath the hips. And then just tone the belly. So pull belly up and in so you feel that core lock engage. Now reach the right arm high and roll out your wrist. One direction, then the other. And exhale, thread the needle. Right arm moves beneath the body. Left arm can extend forward. But notice that the left hip crease is pulling forward. I want you to draw it slightly back so you get a little more length through the left side body. And then find the breath. Big focus on shoulders and hips today as we move into the peak posture of Chapasana, which is also called sugarcane pose. And slowly take the left hand back beneath the shoulder. Inhale, rise up, modified side plank. So I'll turn and face you in just a second, but right leg extends back, left toes curl under, so you've got this kickstand. Make sure that the left knee is beneath the hips so that the focus is more on the inner thighs. Yes. And then as you inhale, reach the right arm all the way forward so you get that length through your side body. And then remember that toning of the belly, pull it up and in, take a full breath. Exhale, rise up, gate pose. Slow and steady, so it's the core that's doing the work, the legs stay. Yeah. And then bend the right elbow as you reach further through the left fingertips. like that. And then we'll flow that out. Inhale, modified side plank, ground, reach. Exhale, rise up and back. Last one, inhale. And exhale. This time we're going to hold a little bit. So remember that movement with our breath, feel that here. So as you inhale, you create length all the way to the sky. And as you exhale, you get to fold a little deeper. Once more. Inhale, modified side plank. And then lift your right leg, flex your right toe. So you're pressing through the heel. Option to stay here. You're doing a lot of work, tone the belly. Or you can take that same Chapasana grip that we're talking about. So bend the right knee and grab the right ankle. So essentially, this is what we'll be doing in our peak posture. We'll just be doing it on a standing leg instead of our knee. Now from here, power up the back leg, open up the heart, and feel free to take the gaze toward the sky. So you get this little gentle heart opening as well. Find the breath. And then slowly you'll release, no catapult, neutral tabletop, back to center. Just take the booty, wag it from side to side. And then stabilize, stacking your joints. Inhale the left arm high, roll out your wrist. Exhale, thread the needle, left arm moves beneath the body. Right arm extends forward, tuck the right hip crease back, and breathe. The thing I like the most about these teachings of the eight-limbed path, Patanjali, the sutras, all of that, is that it makes us ask ourselves these hard questions. It makes us get really real with what we do, why we do it, how we do it, when we do it. Don't be afraid to ask yourself those hard questions. Right hand back beneath the shoulder. Inhale, rise up, modified side plank to the left. Curl the right toes under. As you breathe in, find the length. Left arm reaches all the way forward. Pull the belly up and in. You need that core strength. Exhale, rise, gate pose. Pause for just a moment. Bend the left elbow or reach further through the right fingertips. And then we'll flow it out. Inhale, modified side plank. And exhale, rise. Last one. And up. This time we'll hold a little bit. So taking that same breath and body movement to create more extension, more compression. And then inhale, modified side plank. Lift the back leg, flex the toes, get active, really strong through everything that's lifted. If you stayed here on the other side, go right ahead or bend your knee and take the Chapasana grip. Opening up, turn the gaze toward the sky. Activate the back leg. This is going to help pull the heart a little higher, and it's going to be really beneficial as we come into the peak posture because it'll lighten the weight on the bottom leg. Slowly you'll release, full extension, and neutral tabletop back to center. Inhale, cow pose. So drop the belly, lift the head. And exhale, cat. Press the mat away, gaze the navel, really arch the upper spine. Once more, inhale, cow pose. And exhale, cat. Walk your hands forward, curl your toes under. Downward facing dog, lift your hips up and back, and then feel free to pedal through your feet. It's amazing to me also how over time downward facing dog starts to feel like this inviting pose, one that you get excited about each day because you get to work all the kinks out and feel the shoulders and the hips and back of the legs. And now, friends, find a gentle bend in your knees, but lift your sit bones up and press to the heels of the hands. Notice if you're like taking your head back or reaching your head forward. I want you to neutralize the head, so keeping the ears in line with the biceps. Take a big breath in. And then a big breath out, let it go. Amazing. Walk your feet about a foot forward and then wide to the edges of the mat. So you're shortening your downward facing dog, but you're also widening your legs. Now take your left hand to your right ankle. And notice if you're totally turning to the right, I want you to pull the right hip crease back so you're leveling off your hips, and then draw the right arm into the shoulder socket as you turn the gaze underneath the armpit. So you're more active, and breathe. And then take the left hand back, steady the body, and then right hand to left ankle. Same thing here. Notice if the left hip crease is pulling forward. I want you to draw it back and then take the left arm into the shoulder socket as you rotate the gaze. Welcome, everyone. So glad you're all here. Right hand down. Take the gaze forward and slowly walk to the top of the mat. We'll find a ragdoll pose. So feet may be a little wider than hip width distance. Take a bend in the knees. Interlace opposite palm to opposite elbow crease, and then just let the head hang. You'll feel your weight move more towards the toe mounds. And then it's full body breathing here again. Take the hands to the mat and then just shake the head yes or no. Walk the feet in a little closer, hip width distance apart. Press down to the soles of the feet. Pull the belly up and in so you feel that suction cup there through the core. Inhale slowly, very slowly, you'll rise all the way up through Tadasana. Reaching the fingertips toward the sky. Great work, everybody. Strengthen the legs. Press to the feet. Push your pubic bone forward and wrap the low belly up and in. Now soften the shoulders away from the ears. Take a big breath. Exhale, vertical twist to the right. So on this first one, I don't want you to worry too much about the knees and the hips. I want you just to feel what it feels like to extend forward and back. And then inhale, Tadasana. We have another opportunity to sort of tune it in. Exhale, vertical twist to the left. Same thing here. Don't worry about the hips. Just open up to the arms. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, back bend. Goalpost the arms, take the elbows forward and the thumbs toward the back wall, and then lift the sternum and lift the gaze. So opposite of a forward fold, I want your weight to be in your heels. Maybe you even lift your toes. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Hands move through the heart space. Inhale, halfway lift using the core. So this motion here, this lengthening of our spine is really important when we move into triangle pose and half moon. So feel it here as you pull the tailbone back and you reach the crown of the head forward. And then the low belly wraps up and in. Exhale, high plank. Plant your palms and step back. And then hold your high plank. Soft bend to the elbows, and those tips of your elbows, pull them back and in. Yes. And instead of gazing towards your toes, I want you to take your gaze above your mat. This is going to pull your sternum bone forward and level off your hips. Strengthen the quadriceps and push the mat away. Beautiful. You got 8. Press back to downward facing dog. In 6. 4. Downward facing dog. In 2. And 1. Downward facing dog, hips lift, bend your knees, press to the heels of the hands. We'll flow that out. Breath to movement, gaze forward, and travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Tadasana all the way up. Reach, reach, reach. This time focusing on keeping the hips squared forward. Exhale, vertical twist to the right. Now pull the left hip crease back. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, vertical twist to the left. Right hip crease draws back. Yep, just like that. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, back bend. Make it a little bigger than the first one. Inhale, reach. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen up. Exhale, high plank, plant palms, and step back. Holding this one just for 6, and then we'll lower all the way down to the earth. So use a little muscle memory. Focus on engaging as many muscles as you can here to support your body. Lowering down in 3, 2, and 1. Drop to your knees if you want, or simply pull yourself all the way down to the earth. Cobra pose, Bhujangasana. Press the tops of the feet flat to the mat behind you and pull your palms beneath your shoulders. And then cricket your elbows towards your side bodies and engage your glutes. From there, inhale, peel the heart, lift the torso. Exhale, release. 2 more times will flow. Breath in, lift up. And breath out, release. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Amazing, curl your toes under. Inhale, high plank or tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Gaze forward, forward fold, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Tadasana, last time through. Exhale, vertical twist to the right. Inhale, reach. Exhale, vertical twist to the left. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, reach up and forward fold. Now listen for the change here. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, low lunge, left foot back. Now grab your blocks and frame your right foot. Beautiful. As you inhale, I want you to deepen your lunge and take your heart between your arms. Just feel what's present in your hips today. And as you exhale, just start to straighten the right leg. And it might be a small movement because we're fairly early in class. Or maybe you do like that modified pyramid pose and you can lift your right toes as well. So you decide what level you're looking for right now. And 2 more times we flow. Inhale, deepen the lunge. Exhale, press back. Last one. Now find your low lunge. Drop your block beneath your left hand. Fire up your back leg. Inhale, low lunge, twist, right arm high. Now this is where you start to play with the core engagement and the leg engagement. Maybe you hover your left hand just to try it on to see what has to be really active here. Take a full breath. Exhale, half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana. So this is where I will use my blanket. Feel free to roll your mat over or place the blanket down. So right there, left knee drops. Keep your left toes curled under and then straighten your right leg, flex your right toes. Soft bend to the elbows as you drop heavy through the torso. And just feel free to close the eyes and breathe. Crawl forward to low lunge, or rather just plant your right foot down. Inhale, crescent moon, lift up. Now we took the time to open up the hips, so maybe you can settle in right away. That's Sukha and Stira. So effort and ease as you scissor the inner thighs together. Leveling off your hips, take your torso forward and lift up the heart space. Take a big breath in. Exhale, standing split. So you're going to take your blocks with you, lift your left leg high, and drop the head down. Now, notice if your left hip is opening. I want you to send the pinky toe toward the mat to level off your hips and engage your back foot, whether you're pointing your toes or flexing your toes, I don't care. But engage the back foot and press to the right heel. Inhale, halfway lift, just the torso. Exhale, forward fold, feet meet. Again, inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. And exhale, low lunge, right foot back. Taking your blocks, frame your left foot this time. And as you inhale, you're going to deepen the lunge, heart forward, gaze is lifted. Exhale, straighten the left leg for your modified pyramid pose. And 2 more times we flow, breath in and breath out. Once more. Find the low lunge. Drop the block beneath the right hand. Activate the back leg. Inhale, low lunge, twist. Left arm rises. Feel free to play with that, lifting the right hand off of the block. Takes a lot more core strength than you realize. Take a big breath. Exhale, half splits, right knee down, left leg straightens. Just keep the right toes curled under. Breathe. Crawl forward, ground the left foot. Inhale, crescent moon, arms, lift up. Find the depth of the lunge where you're still active, cut soft, and then reach up through the fingertips so you're pulling the torso away from the hip creases. Take a full breath. Exhale, standing splits. Hands to your blocks for right leg rises. Drop the head. Level off your hips, friends. This is going to be easy for you when we hit our peak posture because you'll be working on leveling off your hips the whole class. Activate the back foot. Inhale, halfway lift just with the torso. Exhale, forward fold, feet meet. Let it hang for a minute. Ground through the feet. Inhale, chair pose, Chapasana. All right, so maybe your thighs don't want to touch, and that's okay. They don't have to touch. That's not really what I'm saying. Try to focus on engaging the inner thighs, like you're pulling them to midline, where they're not touching, but you're really strong through the inner thighs. And then go ahead and try to just lift the toes away from the earth. I know that chair pose is one of those that we just put in every single class, but it serves such great purpose here. So really feel everything engaged from the soles of the feet all the way through the extended fingertips. And then don't forget to wrap the low ribs towards midline. Take a full breath. Exhale, airplane arms. Drop the booty even more and pull the heart forward. Notice if you're overcompensating with the head pulling back. Instead, drop the tailbone more and then lift the heart up. So that makes you engage your core more than this does, right? Now stay rooted through the right leg. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana, left leg lifts. Flexing your left toes. You want to keep that engagement through your inner thighs. And then also notice if the left hip is pushing out, draw it back in. Inhale. Exhale, airplane pose, full Akasana. Send your left heel back and reach your arms along your side bodies. And here you get to notice if the hips are lifted or if you can dial them down. So there'll be plenty of opportunity to open the hips, but right now I want you to square them toward the earth. Stabilize your standing leg. So that means engage your right quadricep. Inhale, crescent lunge. So land softly. The hips are still squared forward. The left knee is bent. You extend the arms high. Slow the breath down. As we do these bigger postures, it's easy to get, that erratic breath. So smooth it out. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two, open up. Find length through your stance. You want a firm foundation. Now for where we're headed today, I want you to focus on your back foot for just a minute. So take the back toes in about 10 degrees. So as you do this, you're going to feel the left hip crease pull forward and the right hip crease pull under. It's going to be really beneficial as we come into triangle pose. So feel that here. Press equally through both feet and then extend nice and long through the arms. Inhale, reverse your warrior. You'll keep your legs. Just focus on lifting up the right hand. Take the gaze with it. Inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. So shift the hips so your tailbone pulls back and then your left arm reaches forward. We did a lot of this side body stretch already. So feel the length from the heel to the left fingertips. And if you're putting all your weight on your bottom arm, maybe try to engage the core a little bit more instead. Press through your front foot. Inhale, reverse your triangle. So now drop the right hip crease forward. So you get this little hip shift. And feel like your heels have a magnet coming together beneath you. And see what that does to the inner thighs. It creates even more length in the spine. Squeeze the glutes a little bit. Full breath in. Exhale, low lunge, palms down. Step forward, forward fold. Breathe. Really just an excuse for me to take a drink of water. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. You guys can take a drink of water too. So second time here, automatically get a little deeper and a little softer through the shoulders. Where's your gaze? Can you gaze straight ahead? Breathe in. Exhale, airplane arms. Take the shoulder blades together behind the back of the heart. Now stay rooted through your left foot. Inhale, one-legged Savasana, right leg rises. Use this opportunity to not only lift the right knee, but to strengthen the left leg completely. Inhale. Exhale, Dakasana, full airplane pose. Slow transition. And then the stronger you can get the whole lifted back body, the easier it is to balance yourself and stay rooted through the standing leg. Inhale, crescent lunge. Land softly, mindfully, with intention, and reach the arms high. Slow the breath down. Breathe in. Exhale, warrior two, open up. Long stance. Again, the focus is on the back foot, so take it in 10 degrees and feel the hip shift. So right hip forward, left hip crease tucks under. From there, you extend the arms. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Not a lot of movement, just the arms and the head. And notice if you come out of your lunge, I want you to stay with the depth of the lunge. Breathe in. Exhale, extended side angle. Removing any pressure from the bottom arm, just to engage the core. Press through the front foot, inhale, reverse triangle. This time the left hip crease draws forward and magnetize the heels together beneath you. Reach towards the back wall. Inhale. Exhale, low lunge, palms down. Now we'll flow that out, breath to movement. Step forward, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, one-legged Chapasana, left leg lifts. Exhale, airplane pose, fold Akasana, reach back. Inhale, crescent lunge, land softly. Exhale, warrior two, open. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse triangle, up and back. Exhale, low lunge, palms down. Forward fold, feet connect. Inhale, chair pose, last time through. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, right leg high, one-legged Tadasana. Exhale, airplane pose, slow transition. Inhale, crescent, land softly. Exhale, warrior two, open up. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse triangle, left hip tip forward. Exhale, low lunge. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, high to low plank if you want. You're more than welcome to skip it. You're more than welcome to hold high plank or take any variation that calls to you. And then just meet me in child's pose. Big toes to touch, hips to heels, third eye connects. Feel free to grab a drink of water. The root cause of Asteya, or this act of stealing, is that we don't think we're good enough. I'm not good enough as I am, so I need something more external from the outside world. Whatever that is, whatever it is that we decide to take, it doesn't have to just be an object. So how can we find that space inside each and every one of us where we feel that we are enough, that we do have enough? And then the idea of lack starts to disappear. The idea that we need to take what we don't think we have starts to dissipate, to leave us, because we're feeling whole, no matter what that is. So instead of focusing on lack, how can you shift your perspective to see the amount of abundance that you already have in your life? Breathe in slowly and out. And press yourself up to tabletop and downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step forward. Then forward fold, feet connect. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, airplane arms. So adding on here, inhale, one-legged Tadasana, left leg lifts. Exhale, eagle pose, Garudasana. So left leg up and over the right. I prefer a kickstand, which means my left toe mount is rooted into the earth. And then left arm underneath the right. You can take the opposite shoulder wrap, or you can grab the hands together to touch. Either one is just fine. Squeeze your inner thighs, press through your right heel, drop your tailbone. And now lift your elbows up and take the shoulders back. I want you to focus on a point that's non-moving in the room. Breathe. Keep your eagle arms. Inhale, lift the left thigh, parallel. And exhale, eagle arms airplane. So transition by pressing the left heel back and dropping the torso down. So once again, level off your hips. Stay engaged through your back foot. Inhale, warrior three. Unwind the arms and take the arms all the way forward. Now this is going to take a lot of core strength, so feel it in your belly. Inhale. Exhale, crescent lunge with airplane arms. So sort of a new posture. The back leg is straight. Telescope the torso forward. Leading with your left hand, inhale, warrior two, up and around. Before we do anything with our legs, I want you to set your block up outside of your right calf. Okay. And then find your warrior two with that nice long stance and focus on turning the left toes forward. Beautiful. Now start to straighten the front leg. So we're taking ourselves into triangle pose. Hinging at your hips, you're going to reach the right arm forward and then take it down to your block. Okay? From here, pull the left arm forward. Now notice as you do this, you have to shift the hips. Okay? And once that happens, engage the belly and then open up the left arm. So the hips stay stable. Find the extension through the crown of the head. This is an amazing place to stay. We're doing a lot of work here just in triangle pose. So you've got equal weight through both feet. If you'd like to stay, please remain. If you want to move on to half moon and Chapasana grip, I want you to bend your right knee, take your block with you, shift your weight to your right foot, block is now forward and left leg lifts up. Now from here, we're going to open up the hips. So still continue to flex through the left toes, but feel how you can lift the left hip on top of the right. And then power down through the standing leg. Option to stay right here. This is a big movement. If you want a little bit more, you can bend your left knee and grab for your ankle for the Chapasana grip. And this might mean that you can hover the left hand too as you open up the heart. Breathe. Really ground through your standing leg. Now slowly you'll release, no catapults. Beautiful. Inhale, star pose, rise up. And exhale, Prasarita, wide-legged forward fold. Just drop the head. Let it go. Hands beneath the shoulders. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low lunge to the front. And we'll take the other side. So good. Step forward, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, your right leg lifts up. Exhale, eagle, Garudasana, right leg up and over the left. Now, maybe it looks the same as it did on the other side. Maybe it looks different. Can you honor the sides of the body by really just listening to what you need? So squeeze the thighs, lift the elbows, drop the tailbone. We're rinsing, detoxifying all the vital organs, and we start to feel everything flush back when we release the posture. Press through your left heel. Keep your eagle arms. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, eagle arms, airplane. Easy transition back. Level off the torso, level off the hips. Inhale, warrior three. Unwind the arms, extend forward. Exhale, crescent lunge with airplane arms. So straight back leg, torso reaches, arms extend back. And then leading with your right hand, inhale, warrior two, up and around. Set up the block first. And then lengthen your stance, turn your right toes forward a bit, 10 degrees. Feel the hips already shift and then start to straighten your left leg. Hinging at your hips, you're gonna send the left arm forward and then place it down on the block. Now take the right arm forward and notice the right hip draw forward. Yes, keep the legs where they are and then reach the right arm high. Open yourself up. Give yourself a moment to just feel this posture here. It's a bit challenging because we want the core to be engaged so that the torso can stay parallel to the floor. Feel free to remain. If you'd like to move on to half moon, Bend your left knee, take your block forward. Lift your right leg up. And now feel how you can open up and rotate the right hip on top of the left. Up and in through the core. Stabilize standing leg. Feel free to stay or bend your right knee and grab for the ankle. Maybe you release the left hand. Option to open up and turn the gaze toward the side wall. Breathe. And then slowly you'll release. Right foot down. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, Prasarita. Toes in, heels out, drop the head heavy. Maybe you take a chest expansion here, clasping the palms together at the low back. Release the grip, hands to the earth. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, low lunge forward. Palms down, step back to downward facing dog. Take a big full breath in. I'm going to surrender on the exhale. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, half pigeon, right knee, right wrist crease. All right, you made it, friends. Great work. Extend the left leg completely back and lift all the way up to the crown of the head. Slowly, you can transition to half sleeping pigeon, an option to use your blocks. I only ask that your third eye stays connected to something, whether that be your blocks, your hands, your forearms, the mat, and that you allow the eyes to soften, relax the fingertips and toes, and send awareness and breath to the hips. If it feels good, you can just rotate the head a little bit to massage the third eye. Breathe in and out. Curl your back toes under, plant your palms beneath your shoulders. Very gently take yourself back to downward facing dog. Maybe a pedal through the feet. And inhale the left leg high. Exhale, half pigeon, left knee, left wrist crease. Already you might feel the difference in the sides of the body. Stay lifted for just a moment, and then take yourself down into sleeping pigeon. Option to use your props. Release any tension that you have in your limbs, in your arms and hands, legs and feet. And deepen the breath. If you've lost the ability to full body breathe, return to that space. Inhale. Exhale. Curl the back toes under, palms beneath the shoulders. Downward facing dog. Pedal through the feet, bending through the knees. Move your props out of the way if you were using them, and then shift yourself forward to high plank, lowering all the way down to the earth. So we'll attempt for floor bow here. We've done a lot of grabbing our ankles, but if in this position you can just reach back, that's okay, just know, or even taking cobra pose is a great option. But if you can grab your ankles for floor bow, do so. Flex your feet and then pull your thighs back together. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the torso, and it's all right if your thighs stay rooted on the earth. They don't have to lift, but really engage your back legs. And notice if you're flailing the knees out, I want you to keep them in midline. And then as you breathe, it's a gentle rock on the soft part of the belly. Now hold your bow pose, but drop your chin towards your chest and feel a stretch at the back of the neck and shoulders. Slowly you'll release. Take your hands, stack them, and rest your third eye there. Lift your heels and very gently windshield wiper your legs from left to right. Tops of the feet down, hands beneath the shoulders. Press yourself up to tabletop. Cross your ankles, roll over your feet, and send your legs forward for Paschimottanasana, a seated forward fold. Remove the extra flesh from beneath your sit bones. I like a block beneath my knees. I think it's helpful. You can try it on if that's new. Inhale, lift the arms high. You're hinging at your hips. Slowly forward fold, let the head release last. So here, instead of grabbing the feet of the ankles, I want you just to drop the palms down. And then see if you can rest your third eye on your knees, or maybe you take another block to rest your third eye there. So this is about surrender here. We're not pulling or forcing any bit of this posture. What I want you to do is deepen your breath. And it's like you can massage the ball and socket joints of your shoulders as you do this. Press down through the hands, start to crawl your torso back up. Go ahead and take your blocks with you as you come down to your back. So one block on either side. And we'll take a set of bridge. So heels close to the glutes, press to the feet. Inhale, lift the hips, and then find that same chest expansion. Hands come together, rock the shoulders underneath the back of the heart. Engage the thighs, lift the hips, taking the chest closer towards the chin. Be mindful that you're not turning your gaze here. Release the hands, drop the hips down, take fallen bridge. So the soles of the feet move wide to the edge of the mat and the knees knock together to touch. And now goal post your arms. From here, we'll take the twist, but leave your feet where they are. Simply rock your knees to the left. And this is where you can take your block beneath your left thigh to support a little bit. Option to turn your head toward the right. And feel the belly rise and fall. Inhale, knees lift. And exhale, knees over to the right. Supporting yourself with a block on that side. Option to turn your head to the left. Inhale, knees lift. Take your thighs to your belly and find happy baby pose in Nanda Balasana. Iron your entire spine to the mat as you lift the heels up and pull the knees down. If it feels good to move here, go ahead and do so. And then friends, if there's any other posture that's calling to you, feel free to take it. Otherwise, draw the knees in. Give yourself a final hug. And then send yourself back in, or down rather, and out into Shavasana pose, corpse pose. So taking the legs long, allow the arms to rest along the side bodies. Palms face up to receive, or down for grounding. You decide where you're at energetically here. Take a full breath in, let the whole body fill up. And as you exhale, completely surrender, letting go of any forced breath pattern. We start to embrace the stillness that happens when we've intentionally moved and breathed for 60 minutes. So travel up your awareness to your third eye, that space between your eyebrows, and allow it just to simply reside there. Opportunity to welcome any images or colors that begin to manifest from our consciousness. Trust that I will get you out on time. Allow yourself to feel completely whole. No lack. You are complete. You have everything that you need in this moment. And if you hear a voice that tells you otherwise, it's simply your ego trying to get in the way. Our yoga practice gives us the opportunity to remove the layers of the ego, of doubt, of fear, the feelings of lack, so that we see beneath the surface the truth in who we are. And the more that we can find this space, the easier it is to return, and the longer that we can stay. I will call you out. Feel surrender here. Feel free to remain exactly as you are. It feels good. If you like to awaken the body, begin with the breath. And start to find small movements in the fingertips and toes. Reaching your arms up overhead. Take the knee in, rolling over to the right side. A moment to rest and feel and witness the power of your yoga practice. As you press down, keep your eyes closed, lift yourself up to seated. Hold the palms together at the heart space for Anjali Mudra, the symbol of gratitude for this sacred practice and everything that you are. Let's end class today with one Om to seal in the beauty of our yoga practice. Take a big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. And here we prepare. Allow the vibrations to stay with you. Take your thumbs to your third eye. Bowing forward. Namaste. Thank you all so much for being here and joining me this Saturday. I am leading a workshop tomorrow. It's either virtual or in person. It's Ohana Yoga and Bar, which is here in Denver, but you're also welcome to just do it virtually. It's 2 hours from 2 to 4. And we're going to talk all about the reason why we Om, what Om means. We're going to do an Om circle. We're going to do a little bit of movement practice. It should be really fun and also just super informative, because sometimes we do things in our yoga practice and we don't really know why or what it means. So if you're interested in that at all, please send me an email and I can get you all registered for that tomorrow. Otherwise, until next time, be well. So good to see you.
Bye, Jenny. Thanks so much.
Awesome, Susan. Thanks for being here.